This is the Raw Impact Unleashed.
The following Four Aces production is for mature audiences only. Listener discretion is highly advised.
Even though that call was one of the best calls of all of that WrestleMania. What's up, y'all, and welcome to this week's Raw Impact Unleashed. I'm here with your boy Cole. What's up, Cole?
Oh, man. Oh, man, that's how you start a show. Big ass yawn, like, oh, man, fuck this. Oh, here we go now. Oh, I'm waking up.
All right, y'all.
Nah.
Go ahead.
So, are we going to continue to talk about the pay-per-view you forced me to watch this week? Or...
Look, y'all, basically, like y'all know, every once in a while we like to review an older pay-per-view and just pick at random.
Yeah, instead of telling... And instead of telling everybody last week on the show that we was going to do it, he throw that shit at me like Tuesday.
Yep. I was like,
well,
actually,
hey, man, you want to watch pay-per-view this week?
Actually, I was expecting you to say, nah, not for this week, and let's do it next week. But you were like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it this week. I was like, all right, fuck it, let's do it this week.
You know why I said it this week is because I worked Monday, I was off Tuesday, worked Wednesday, off Thursday, then worked today. So
okay.
There was two days out of the week that I took off because my back's fucking up. So I didn't, want to fucking work too much and then have it really lock up on me,
Gotcha.
So I had time. I had 2 days of free time that I'm just laying down and motherfucking doing physical therapy stretches and shit. Like, that's all I did. But, yeah, I watched it. I actually watched the full thing. The last one you picked, I was watching it during the show.
Well, that's and now I'm doing the exact same thing. I'm watching the main event between Randy Orton and Triple H for the WWE title. Like, I'm watching it in the background right now. Now, what's hilarious to me, like, just starting off with that match, of course, the main event. That particular match, I had forgotten about the build up to that match and how much the build up to that match made me like Randy Orton. Like, I guess you can call me sick and twisted for saying that it made me like a dude that he punted a 70-year-old dude in the head or a 60-year-old dude in the head and then RKO'd a woman and dropped her ass off the ropes. But it was the McMahon, so yeah, it pleased me. And I was like, yeah, like the match itself was great. It was a little slow going. I remember. I'm now remembering the match because the match hasn't actually happened yet. The whole 10, 15 minutes that we was having what's that called? We were having technical difficulties trying to get a hold of each other and shit, and Skype didn't want us to get a hold of each other. Was the intros and all the talking and the videos and all that. So, like, you guys got to remember, here's the funny thing about it. That WrestleMania, and this was something I was thinking of that I was going to bring up here. That WrestleMania was 4 hours, right? That WrestleMania was 4 hours. There was not 17 matches on that card. Like, I would say maybe 12, maybe 13. But a few matches that night.
I don't remember it being 4 hours, and I don't remember it being that many on the card either.
It's 3 hours and 57 minutes. If you look at total time, it's 3 hours and 57 minutes.
I don't remember sitting here and watching all that.
But that's how. But that to me is a testament to how good of a WrestleMania it was. You know what I'm saying? Like you had the Money in the Bank ladder match, which was like a 45-minute match, 45-minute match, I believe. You had the Women's Battle Royal, which was one.
See, that match was fast. That match was fucking fast with Santina Marella. Oh my God, Santino's twin sister. Oh my God, this shit, man, that was terrible. You know what? That right there, it goes to show how far we've come.
It does.
From the motherfucking women's, the 25th WrestleMania gets a women's fucking. You get Miss WrestleMania Royal Rumble, basically.
One by a man.
One by a man. And then the next year, it was forgotten about.
Yeah.
And then 10 years later, they decided to bring it back and call it the Slut Battle Royal, Memorial Battle Royal. And then they changed that just to the Women's Battle Royal.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for a man to win it. That's all. I'm just waiting for a man to win it. Equal opportunity, ladies. Equal opportunity.
Oh man. Yeah.
We let you in the other Royal Rumble. See how I didn't say it's the men's Royal Rumble match? I was in the other Royal Rumble. Maybe one day you can go to Saudi Arabia.
And let me say this about one Mr. Chris Jericho. He sold the hell out of that Mickey Rourke punch. I'm not saying Mickey didn't punch him good. I'm just saying he sold the hell out that Mickey Rourke punch. Like I was like, all right, go on with your
just like it reminded me of how Ziggler sold the punch from Hugh Jackman not too long ago, like a few years back. Yeah. Hugh Jackman knocked the shit out of Dolph Ziggler, and he sold him, and Hugh was like, I really hit him. Like he told me to really hit him, so I really hit him. So I'm pretty sure Mickey Rourke was like, hey, bro, I'm going to lay one in. And Jericho's like, fucking do it, bro. Because, Mickey Rourke's a boxer, too. So he knows how to throw that shot. And pow, smacked him. Jericho did sell the shit out of it, for sure. And that was funny, too, because I was looking at it you see Jericho do his legend killer thing, right? Yeah. Now you're watching Randy Orton start to turn into the legend killer.
Right. Triple H was one of the first ones.
After his feud, after his feud with Triple H, which lasts fucking forever.
Yeah, it does.
Forever. It's like 3-4 pay-per-views away, and it's not like 3 or 4 months. This shit was like 3-4 months in between pay-per-views, y'all. Yeah. So we had to watch this shit for a year and a half. All right.
Yeah, this wasn't back when we had like a pay-per-view every month or like,
Nah. So this shit, every 3 to 4 months we had a pay-per-view, and that's when they had their big feuds back and forth. So, it was a long ass. This was the first out of like 4 or 5 matches at pay-per-views with these fools. They was in tag matches and shit, and one and shit. I remember because they was the Legacy.
Yep. Ted DiBiase and Cody Rhodes.
Ted DiBiase and Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton were legacies.
Yep.
And then Triple H and his motherfucking corporation faction. He brought back DX.
Yeah. To face Legacy. I remember that. Steel
and
Cage.
Face Legacy, yeah. And it's still motherfucking Cage. So there was a lot of shit that happened off of that main event there.
Yeah, it was. See, that's
same with fucking Cena too, because Cena and Edge started their big fucking rivalry right after. That finished Cena and Edge's rivalry and started Big Show and Edge's rivalry.
Yeah.
And Vicky Guerrero finally got like pushed to the side, and she stopped saying "excuse me" all the fucking time. That shit was driving me fucking crazy. Excuse me. I said excuse me. Oh my god, that was so bad, bro.
Well, let's get to what was, in my opinion, Like as much as as deep as these storylines went, I'm sorry, the match of the night to me was the Hardy brother match. Like both Jeff and Matt beat the holy, like Jeff died, Cole. Jeff died. like y'all
Okay. For that fact, I will give it its /spot of number one, but it can't be alone.
Okay.
Because The Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels.
Oh, yeah.
Was so fucking great. Like, it was technical, it was brutal, it was back and forth. I mean, they both tried to do submissions, they both tried to do this, they both hit their finishers, they both did this, they both did that. It was everything. They gave you everything.
Yep.
And it was just amazing. I remember I was watching it, I was almost at the end of it, and I was like, this match right, I'm good. I don't need to watch no more wrestling today. This match right here did it.
Yep.
Like,
I know
there was no other match. There was no other match that could make me want to watch other than this match right here at the time.
Yep.
And my favorite match is Bret Hart Stone Cold when they do the double turn.
Yeah.
And Stone Cold passes out in his own blood.
Yeah.
That's my favorite match of all time. That's when I actually became a Stone Cold fan. I was never really like a legit Bret Hart diehard fan.
Yeah.
I liked Bret Hart because I didn't like Shawn Michaels.
Got you.
You know what I mean? So it was like that feud. So I'm on Bret's side instead of Shawn's side in that running.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that match right there, I was like, you couldn't even make me watch the Stone Cold Bret Hart match after that. and actually enjoy it as much as I would, normally, because I had just seen this amazing fucking, match that gave me everything, and literally everything. They started off brawling, they went technical and went into submissions back and forth, and then they brawled some more, and then went into some high spots, and then some signatures and finishers, and fucking was still fighting.
Now, okay. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this on this show before. I believe I've mentioned it to you before in our 100 billion thousand conversations about pro wrestling. But that I believe that there is a specific number. There is a peak. There is a ceiling to how many times you can do the 1-2 kick out in a match. Like there is a ceiling to which it's like, okay, at a certain point, okay, this match just needs to end. Unfortunately for me, this match surpassed that number of 1-2s and still maintained the same level of intensity, suspense, and everything else that you need to draw somebody into a match. It throughout the entire, I believe the runtime was somewhere around 30, 40 minutes on that match. And it encompassed everything within that. But the when I watched it, I was like, damn, dude, like by my standards today, I would be like, God damn it, this is too many kickouts. But then the more I watch it, I'm just like, they're telling, like Cole said, they're telling a story. In between every finisher and kick out, it wasn't like it's just boom, 1-2, boom, 1-2, boom. No, like there was a story told in between every 2 count. And like he said, just some of the most beautiful wrestling. And then not to mention the fact Shawn Michaels had one of the best entrances of his life in that particular WrestleMania, coming down from the crane.
Okay. Okay. Now that was awesome. Why did you have to taint WrestleMania with 350,000 John Cena's? Like, no, this is not a cool entrance. It's retarded. Most of them don't even look like no John Cena. So, what the fuck?
Oh, man.
That was just ridiculous.
You know what, Cole, the reason why I laugh so hard on that is not because I disagree with you, but because of the fact that was the exact same thought I had when I saw it. I was like, oh, this is the 1,000 John
I can
Cena
barely
entrance.
Cena. Why you gonna bring 300 of these motherfuckers out here? I hope
And
every
also-
one of them motherfuckers got their ass whooped on the way home.
And also, not to mention the fact that it pretty much was a blaring red signal that that Cena was going to win the match. Because Cena was the only one that basically had any type of a special intro.
They got a dumbass, motherfucking dumbass shit ass intro, man. Well, it's the Big Show. And then the Rated R superstar come out.
I think both of them lost initially in life by fucking Vicky Guerrero. Nah, they didn't really fuck Vicky Guerrero. That was just a storyline. Like on screen, dude. That brought me to a memory of a thought that I had back in the day that like after Eddie's death, like I'm not too sure he would have been too happy. I don't know Eddie Guerrero personally, but I don't know if he'd have been too happy with too much of the shit that they had Vicky doing after his death. Like they pretty much had her in just about every superstar on screen. She was in a Dolph Ziggler, Edge, Big Show. Like, yeah. Like, I just don't know. I don't know.
I think Eddie would have been all right with it.
Yeah.
After his death, though, not with him being alive. After his death, he's like, "Hey, man, she got to do what she got to do to take care of the family."
Yeah.
You know, the storyline. It's just acting. It ain't like it's real. You know what I'm saying? She really a hoe. So I think he'd be cool with it in death. But in real life, he'd be like, "Hey, man, why you got my wife doing this crazy shit?"
She needs to be my wife on screen.
Right. But see, I think personally, if Eddie Guerrero didn't pass, then I don't think we would have ever got the Vicky Guerrero character.
Yeah.
I think she would have stayed at home and, done her own thing, with her own, businesses and charities and stuff that she does, now. Yeah. I think she would have continued to do that, on the side, outside of, WWE and not come in as a character. But then again, she might have been his valet, at some point.
I could have seen that at some point, maybe for a big WrestleMania match or something like that.
But yeah, you never know. I personally think though, if Eddie never passed away, we'd have never got the Vicky Guerrero character.
Yeah, I can see that. And part of that reason why I can see that is because, like you said, I don't think Eddie would have gone for it. And they would have had to run it through Eddie before it would have been approved, unless they got a divorce or something and she was doing her own thing. Like, I think they would have had to run it. I think Eddie would have had some say-so in whether or not it not necessarily whether or not it was successful, but whether or not she did it at all.
She wouldn't have done the shit that she done with Eddie. You know what I'm saying? With Eddie being around, she wouldn't have done the cheating thing and hooking up with this superstar, that superstar, that superstar. Yeah. It wouldn't have been that character. I'm just saying the character in general, the name Vicky Guerrero, we'd have never known about it.
Yeah. Well, I'll say one of my favorite moments from WrestleMania 25 was the John Bradshaw Layfield moment.
Oh my God.
Yeah, watching him get out there and lose to Rey Mysterio like that brought back the memories of the promos he cut on Rey Mysterio leading up to that match.
Yeah, and when he was doing border promos and shit down at the border of Texas, and he was like, it was literally like that. I think SmackDown was on Friday nights then.
Yeah.
So they was already in Texas for SmackDown. So he goes, because the motherfucking pay-per-view was in Texas.
Yep.
He goes down, and he got like 10 Mexicans out there out in the middle of a field, and it's dark, and just like rednecks with trucks. And he's like, "This America. Y'all got to work to get in America. Get out of here." He's like kicking people out the country, bro. It's fucked up.
You get your ass, like, it's some of the most highly racist shit you would ever seen in your life. And Bradshaw did. I'm not saying he's racist, because I don't think that man has a racist bone in his body. Considering one of his best friends is Ron Simmons.
Is Ron Simmons?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. The blackest black man that's that's damn near ever been on the WWE roster.
Right.
So I'm in no way stating that this man may be racist, but that sequence of promos leading up to that WrestleMania match definitely had me thinking twice about JBL, and that's how good of a job he did.
Man, exactly. I was like, this motherfucker's so good. He's so good. He's racist. He is. I'm telling you. He is a white cloth carrying brother. I'm telling you, he does it. He goes to rallies, man. He goes to rallies. Oh man, I was watching.
During that
I was
time,
watching I was watching a TV show the other day that they was doing. It was History of Scotland, and all the Scottish clans used to get together and have a rally. But it ain't nothing like America's rallies. It's a totally different thing. Their rallies was coming together, breaking bread, sharing stories, shit like that. But yeah, just thinking about that threw me back to watching that. And I think I watched it last night actually. But yeah.
Well, something I do
I was like,
mention real quick is that what I want to see is
you want to mention?
No, Carmen, buddy, fiance Carlo. She brought up something that I definitely want to see. I guess she said episode 4 of Dark Side of the Ring is the Von Erichs.
Okay,
now,
so that's the newest episode.
Yeah. I'm like, for those of y'all who don't really know about the Von Erichs, I swear on the Bible that this wrestling family was blessed and cursed all in the same breath. Because they had amazing talent, but just bad shit kept happening to them at horrible times. And just that family. I remember Kerry Von Erich, the Human Tornado. I remember him. He was one of my favorite wrestlers for the longest time. I don't know why, but his character was one of the things that triggered me to want to start studying martial arts. But I'm definitely tuning into that one.
It wasn't Chuck Norris, Bruce Lee, Steven Seagal, Jean-Claude Van Damme. None of them.
Bruce Lee, yes. Jean-Claude Van Damme, I always considered more. I didn't realize he was an actual martial artist and not more than just a stunt man that could act until I was like in my mid-teens. Like for the longest time, I just thought his shit looked so campy most of the time that I was just like, okay, this dude's just like, he's just like a dude that can choreograph fights really well. Like he's not really a fighter. Then I came to find out that he's actually studied martial arts. Steven Seagal was a part of what got me in. And of course, Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee, for any kid that grew up in the 80s, like Bruce Lee was the guy.
Then you need to be watching this show called Warrior.
Okay. What channel is that on?
Yeah. It's on like Cinemax or some shit.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't have cable or the dish. I'm bootlegging all my shit, bro.
All right.
Bootlegging. It's on my computer.
All right.
It's on the PC, the laptop, the Android, the iPhone.
All right, I'll find it. Warrior.
The interweb is called Warrior, and it's based on the writings of Bruce Lee.
Nice.
Like his stories that he be writing down. They got them together, and it's like this warrior. Basically, he come to America looking for his sister, and he get put in a gang, and he can fight like Bruce Lee.
Yeah. But
he come up against other people that can fight too, and it's crazy. You gotta watch it. It's set into like the 1800s or whatever when a whole bunch of immigrants was coming to San Francisco.
Yeah.
And it's set in San Francisco. It's pretty cool. Okay. It's tight. It's good. It's really good. Sure. Yeah, it's good. It's good. They got a whorehouse on it. It's good.
Well, what one thing that, speaking of Bruce Lee, just on a quick side note, one of the things that drew me to Bruce Lee, and one show that surprised me that was in the same context as Bruce Lee, was there was a thing on Spike TV like almost a decade ago called I Am Bruce Lee, and it was kind of a whole thing about, like, told by Shannon and Linda. I think his wife's name was Linda, but by his wife, his daughter, and various people that like either have met Bruce Lee or just like studied him throughout the years and so on and so forth, just talking about his life. And here was the thing about it. It blew my mind, like straight back of the head blown out, when I found out that one of my favorite actors, Ed O'Neill, otherwise known as Al Bundy from Married with Children, is a black belt in judo. Like, I was just like, huh?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Well, not during his. I didn't know that when I was watching him on Married with Children. I found it out while watching that I Am Bruce Lee thing. Like, I was showing him in his judo gi and with his belt on. I was just like, oh, Ed O'Neill can really you
should have known he incorporated that into Al Bundy. Al Bundy had the judo chop, remember?
Yeah, true.
He would knee you in your balls and then judo chop you in the back of the neck and you would fade away.
Yep.
Because she'd be like, "Get him, daddy," and he'd walk up and be like, "Let me show you something." Pow! And he'd do the chop in the back of the head and then drop out the scene, out the camera's view. Every time, neither groin chop to the back of the head.
I'm surprised with as popular as Married with Children was. Al Bundy never did a cameo at a wrestling event. Like, I'm just truly surprised, especially knowing what he knows about judo. Like, he could make it look, he can make it look decent enough.
Yeah, but he too old now.
Yeah, he
way too old.
No, I'm not talking about the WWF. I'm talking about at the peak of the popularity of Married with Children. So I'm talking about like late 90s, mid to late 90s.
Nah, it would have been earlier than that.
Well, Married with Children didn't really kick in until 88, 89. That was season 1, season 2, wasn't it? It ran almost to 2000.
All right, cool. Let's start. No, fucking you over there thinking about some goddamn reruns that's still running today. Anyway, let's talk about some wrestling, some real wrestling.
Well,
some really fake wrestling.
Some really fake wrestling. Now, all right, let's take that. Let's get our commercial break out the way, and then we'll come back and talk some Jon Moxley and some Raw and SmackDown Live and what we think the Jon Moxley video means and all that. All right, you're listening to the Raw Impact Unleashed.
Right here on Spreaker.com, Flash Presents Radio. Also, iHeartRadio and Spotify. And if you're on Mars, we're on M2.
Man brain. You know you want it. You know you need it. Let me introduce you to our team of audio professionals, 100% committed to giving you the greatest extreme comedy podcast of all time.
What's SPH? I'm so super cute.
Send me your orgasmic release videos.
You can get it rootin'. You can get it tootin'. You can get it doing doughies in your yeet. Mi nombre es Tío Yeti. And you just laugh at little Hank. I ain't gonna pretend I's fresh. But looks like you might like that.
And most importantly, I'm Skullfucker. Rah! Go to manbrainpodcast.com to get orally violated. Manbrain out.
Hello, Radio World. This is K-Double here to let you know about KD5P. K-Double's 5th period music class, a bi-weekly music show here on the 4H's Presents Radio Network, where every other Friday night at 8, I take you on a musical journey through the careers of some of your favorite musical artists. So check me out on Spreaker.com/4H's Presents Radio or on iHeartRadio every other Friday at 8 p.m. on Revolving Door episodes. Peace. KD5P.
Hey guys, this is Venice, and I've got a message from a friend of mine about my favorite podcast.
It's your boy, Flavor Flav in full effect. Check this out, everybody. I want y'all to go check out TJ.
What's good, everybody? TJ Johnson here for Voice from the Underground. I am the most handsome.
Big Has.
And I'm smoking my cigar, of course.
You know what I'm saying? And Josh.
You pick me up in an Uber and a PT Cruiser, I'm calling Lyft.
Because they be fighting the power, talking about social issues, politics, you know what I'm saying?
And we're not even that good.
Right, we're terrible. Terrible. Tangents all over the place.
And not only that, but they be keeping it fun with the sports, music, comics, and movies too.
Am I allowed to talk?
I think no, not right now.
Shut up, colonizer!
You know what I'm saying? He on Twitter at VFU Podcast. So you can find them. So check 1, 2. This is Flavor Flav. Yeah, boy.
Okay, what Flav was trying to say is, check out Voice from the Underground on your favorite podcast network.
Voice from the Underground.
The Marvel Cinematic Universe.
All right, so there you go.
Like it starts out with Ozzy, with Iron Man.
Nice.
And it moves on, and you'll be like, "Oh, that's from Ragnarok, or that's from Guardians, or that's from this, or that's from that." It's a lot of that.
Nice. So Cole playing and paying a musical homage to Marvel Cinematic Universe tonight on Blues Rock and Cole. Be sure.
Yeah, not all the songs is in the movie, but a lot of them.
Yeah. I'm already pre-recorded and set up. Double K's Classroom is already up there. I'm talking NFL draft, recapping the top 10 picks. Like I told them on the show, if you want to see the rest of them, what I think of the rest of them, you got to go to the blog. So I tell you the address on the show. So listen in and I'll tell you all about it.
The blog.
I'm also going to see if we can get some of our fans and listeners to write some opinion posts for the blog.
Man, I don't care what your motherfucking electrical fucking appliances can do for you.
Oh, hold up. Just one more note.
Hey, Alexa, turn on my fan.
Let's say, one more note from WrestleMania 25. Hold up. Tell me why Jerry Lawler goes. That's the first time Matt Hardy's ever had his face on a WrestleMania poster.
Oh.
The poster, I was like, oh, that's so wrong.
That's terrible. That's jacked up. You talking to the future WWE champion right there, bruh. When was you ever WWE champion, Lawler?
Oh, man. And you know what? But you want to hear something funny, though, bro? You want to know what broke my heart? Watching Kofi Kingston come out for that Money in the Bank match.
Money in the Bank. I was like, man, look where you at now, bro. Look where you at now.
You know, it brought a tear to my eye.
You was just another body then.
Yep. I was just thinking that.
WrestleMania 25, 10 years ago, you was just another body. Now look at you now, bro. You got the gold. Too bad that gold about to be around Goldberg's waist.
You what? The fuck you talking about Goldberg, man?
Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better call somebody. Okay, Goldberg has been signed to WWE as of now, and Brock Lesnar is still with WWE as of right now.
Oh,
guess who are main eventing the Saudi Arabia pay-per-view? Goldberg and Brock Lesnar, your future WWE and Universal Champions, respectively.
No.
Sorry, bro. July. Kofi's supposed to, June. Is it June? July. Either one. Kofi's supposed to drop the belt to Goldberg, bro.
No.
Yep. That's what's supposed to happen.
Anybody from WWE is listening right now. Capital N, capital O. 3 exclamation.
Oh, I thought you was about to spell something else. I thought you was about to spell a whole nother word right there. Capital N, capital I, capital. This motherfucking fuck y'all. Capitalize that shit.
Oh man, nah, like don't give me Goldberg at all. I understand, like you can give me.
That was the breaking news this morning when I opened my fucking phone, bro.
You can give me you can give me Goldberg versus Lesnar. You can give me Goldberg versus Lesnar at Saudi Arabia because I know the motherfuckers are stuck like 10 years behind us when it comes to wrestling. So that would be a match they'd want to see. I get it, but don't put the strap on either one of them. Stop putting the strap on these fucking part-timers. Stop putting the strap on these fucking part-timers. I like unless it serves a purpose. Like when The Rock won the chip, it was solely for the build up to WrestleMania for him to drop the chip to John Cena. That made sense. Okay, it wasn't exactly the
that
best
kind of sucked though because he was here for Mania, then he was gone for a year, then he was back. That sucked. That fucking sucked.
Well, no, but that was the thing about it.
I don't even agree with that fucking shit.
Well, no, he didn't have the title that whole year though. He didn't have the title when he was
The Rock won. The Rock came in and won and had the title for fucking ever until he faced John Cena again. When is that? A year later.
Yeah, but didn't he face CM Punk like multiple times during that time?
Not that I can remember.
Like I could have swore, like I know he won it at that Royal Rumble from CM Punk, but then I thought he had a couple of championship defenses in between those two WrestleManias. Like he wasn't back full time, but I get what you're saying. But shit, he made more appearances than Brock Lesnar does, during that year.
It wasn't enough for me to remember, so I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like Brock doing it. I don't like The Rock doing it. I don't like Goldberg doing it. I don't like Stone Cold doing it. I don't like nobody doing it.
The reason why I'm saying it now, and I'm saying so emphatically now, is because now we finally have champions that are there every week. We finally have champions that I'm saying, on both shows. That are there every week, that are defending.
That's so boring. Look at that belt. That's so boring.
Shut the hell up.
I'm just saying what the senile Vince McMahon's saying. It's too shiny. Get it off the screen. I don't want to see it.
It just
hurting my cataracts.
That they would do that again, especially after the reaction of fans to Rollins winning the belt off of Lesnar. Like the fans were happy. Give us more. Give us Rollins versus people. Don't give us.
They don't. They don't like us being happy. So I smoke my weed, man, and wait for AEW. AEW.
Now we both have.
Speaking of which, Ambrose is now John Moxley. Yep. Once again.
And there's a split down the middle of wrestling fans. Some who think that he's just coming back to WWE as John Moxley, and others who think that this is a sure sign that he's headed to AEW. We're both going to find out on May 25th because if there's any night for him to appear in AEW, that's going to be it. So we'll find out.
Yeah, that would be it. That would be it. You can speculate all you want. I personally don't think WWE's repackaging him as John Moxley. I don't think that's going to happen. Here's our WWE champion, our former WWE champion John Moxley that you've never heard of before. Oh, but that's Dean Ambrose that you know and love. So I don't think, for that reason only, I don't think WWE is going to repackage him as John Moxley.
Be able to keep him and prevent him from going to WWE if that's something that he listed as one of his demands to stay, is to be repackaged as John Moxley. You don't think WWE would capitulate?
I don't think he would want to do it.
Okay.
I don't think he would want to come back as John Moxley as WWE because
fair enough.
He's already solidified himself as Dean Ambrose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I just don't see any reason for it to happen in WWE. I just don't see it. With that said, the Viking experience to the War Raiders to the Viking Raiders to motherfucking, I don't know, whatever the fuck they are now. The Viking Raiders, is that their names? Like it can happen.
The Viking Raiders,
so never say never. Never say never when it comes to WWE.
Oh my goodness, that has got to go down for one of the worst moments of 2019. The Viking experiment is what I'm going to call it from now on. They should have just stayed the fucking War Raiders. Period.
Yeah.
You know, like,
yeah.
Anyway, I can't go off on that anymore. It's like just that's what everybody knew them as. Pretty okay. When you repackage somebody that's popular, I thought the whole purpose of NXT was to not have to repackage them when you brought them to the main roster. That they'd already have an established following when you brought them to the main roster, when they finally hit the main roster. Because back in the old days, these guys, you never heard of them before, never saw them before, because they were down in FCW, and only if you lived down in that area or had special channels on your TV did you see shit.
Fucking MCW or Ohio Valley Wrestling, places, but Deep South. But yeah, unless you was in that region, you didn't know them. Right. You know what I'm saying?
And
like,
they just popped up on your TV.
I knew K Quick before he was K Quick. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. I didn't even know his real name was Ron Simmons until he went to TNA.
right. But yeah, no, that motherfucker.
Not Ron Simmons. Ron Killings, sorry.
Killings.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like I didn't see a bunch of motherfuckers because they was in a different territory or a different region, before they came to the main roster. So I didn't know who they was before they got there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I only knew K Quick was K Quick because he kept the same name in Memphis that he went to WWE with, because that was one of their territories, developmental territories. So I knew that was the only thing, and that's the only reason I knew, because I got to watch him local. And same for every other region that you was in. When they came in, they was just new. Not like, hey, these guys are the War Raiders, and then all of a sudden they're the Viking Experience. And now they're Viking Raiders. So why don't y'all pick a fucking name? Because I've been watching these dudes for the last year kick ass on NXT.
And the thing about it is, and here's what's funny. I would love to hear, instead of speculation as to what happened, I would love to hear the actual story as to why that was done. Because it's like, they have not changed the name of a single NXT call-up that was as popular as they are. Every NXT call-up that was as popular as they are has come up with the exact same name that they had in NXT. So
yep.
It doesn't make sense to me.
And see, I think they failed. I think they failed drastically because they failed drastically because they could have they should have left them the War Raiders, and then they could have brought back the Raw is War. Mm-hmm. You remember that from the Attitude Era, Raw is War. They could have brought that back.
Oh,
and they could have had T-shirts made. They got thousands of them in a motherfucking warehouse.
Yeah.
There's just sitting there. They're stamped Raw is War, and they could have brought that back. And all they had to do is motherfucking get somebody to put War Raiders on the back.
Nope. And
that's it.
It just, like I said, not to sit here and bitch some more, but just a bad opportunity. It reminds me kind of now. Okay, you're gonna hear me out when I say this. It reminds me of the debacle that was the Spirit Squad, and I say debacle not because they weren't successful, but because you had a group of extremely talented guys that were really given a shitty gimmick to work with, like that truly were. I never thought that cheerleader gimmick was going to get over. And to an extent, it did, but not really. Like, it was never really popular. Like, there were times in which specific, like Mr. Nick Nemeth himself, Dolph Ziggler, that were popular, individually. But as a group, they were just nobody. They were a joke.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Some gimmicks can, ruin a person. But then also it depends on how well you are with that gimmick too. But yeah, there's no way male cheerleaders are getting over in a wrestling fucking ring. There's no way. They're not getting. It's not happening. Nope. They're always going to be the bad guys.
Yep.
Now, if they get together, it's a nostalgia.
Yeah.
So people like it as a nostalgia. They like it because they're seeing something that they never thought they was going to see again.
Right.
You know, it's one of those type things. So, you know, book them on the indies, get your nostalgia tickets sold, and you know, continue life. But yeah, it was never anything that was gonna just win over anybody, especially at that time.
Yeah.
We were coming right off the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
And it was like that mid in between mix,
high
like where everybody.
era. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, but yeah, we was coming out of the Attitude Era, and we was a year or two out of the wars. You know, Vince had done won. He had done got that over with, and fucking he decides to throw in some fucking cheerleaders.
It's a fucking cheerleaders. Oh man.
Vince been senile for a long time. With the Mean Street Posse from Greenwich, Connecticut.
I remember that shit. That was hilarious.
Motherfucker Shane McMahon's little bodyguard crew.
No shit. Yeah, man. Like it made for some good TV, especially back then. You notice that we have not talked about this week's Raw or SmackDown Live at all, and we had a great episode.
What crazy did happen on any of these? What happened?
I can't really think. I know that they set up. They did a great back and forth between Seth Rollins. I know we were talking about on Monday night, or was that last week on Monday? When they did the contract signing. Did they do the contract signing last week?
This was this week. This past week.
The contract signing? When we were talking about how a bad crowd can suck the life out of a good segment?
Yeah. I even text you. I was like, and AJ Styles ain't even stutter on his off the cuff.
Yeah. Like I was just I wasn't, you know, I don't want to say I would give it high estimate 30% of the energy that comes out of a segment when you're watching it on television is from the crowd. And it's funny.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Come on, Vince, pipe in some music or pipe in some crowd for me. I know you mic the crowd. You mic the shit out that table.
No shit.
That table was so loud. The crowd was so dull. The table was fucking dropped.
Yep.
It's like that shit was so fucking loud, and you know they mic'd it up because they had the runner around it, and it was so fucking loud. It was the crowd was supposed to be going crazy at this point, and it wasn't.
It just wasn't. The crowd was dead, and once again, I say the exact same statement. A dead.
Where was
crowd.
they at?
Oh God, I forget. That's how dull it was. Like I even forget what city they were in. Like, but they just come to play. Like, if you're going to a wrestling show, come with some fucking energy. Whether it's a indie show, a WWE show, just as a crowd, come with some fucking energy or stay your ass at home.
Yeah,
you know, because
be quiet on your couch, bitch.
Shit. If you had a show, make some fucking noise. Yeah, and you can't tell me you're not. I'm sorry. If you can't get up for Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles, then you're not a wrestling fan. Period. Like, if you can't get up and get excited for that match, like, you're just not a wrestling fan. That's going to be an instant classic. Those two in the ring together.
I want you to type in where SmackDown Live was at last week. Type that shit in. I want to know. I want to know because it might have been one of them stony cities where they just be getting high.
I want to know. No. Let's see.
Maybe I want to travel there, man. Maybe they got some good dope.
All right, let's see.
Where was SmackDown last week?
Where was SmackDown Live last week? Where was SmackDown Live last week?
This motherfucker. Are you really not just typing it in like a normal fucking human being? I don't know what to do with Michael Pena and the motherfucking crew. Shit.
Oh, that was the best moment in life right there.
Obviously, Marvel don't either because they wasn't in the movie.
You know, I noticed that. That fucking sucks.
It pissed me off,
spoiler
man.
alert.
It pissed me off.
Anyway.
Pissed me off, bro. Pissed me off. They better be in Ant-Man Thrace.
You know? Oh, man.
So we can't talk about that on air.
Not yet. No, we can talk about that off air.
I just wanted to ask you, there's just one question about Thor. That's all.
Okay. It was at the Schottenheim Center in Columbus. Oh, yeah, because what's his name made the comment about, Shane McMahon made the comment about, I'm going up the road to go talk to Coach Harbaugh up at Michigan.
Michigan, yeah. I remember that,
yeah, to draw that heat. I remember that. Okay, yeah, guys, I'm sorry. Like, I know it sounds like we're being unprofessional, but this week's SmackDown really didn't have much to it. There wasn't much bite to it.
Yeah.
There wasn't much to remember. There were some decent moments. But to be honest with you, can we just do away with anything more than 2 weeks of the big guy coming out?
Hold on. AJ's on Raw now, man. You gotta look at where's Raw at.
Oh, I believe there was
Raw at. That's the crowd.
That's where Raw was too.
You gotta check. I don't believe nothing until I know.
Nigga, then why don't you look it up?
Because I'm sitting there, I'm lighting my motherfucking joint again. I'm sitting on my phone way over here, my computer way over there.
Like your
and if you can see where my computer and my phone is, they're like 3 feet from each other. I got a tablet right here, but I got to put in the code, and I got a lighter in one hand and a joint in the other.
This fool right here.
I'm just trying to get high, man. So where was Raw?
I don't know. It's showing me a Raw preview for the 6th. I want the results.
No, we don't want results. We want Township.
How do I get to last week's Raw? Show.
This motherfucker, you type in motherfucker. Raw 4:30. Was it the 30th?
Yeah, it was the 30th. No, it was the 29th. We're still thinking SmackDown with 30th. Okay. 29. Lexington, Kentucky. So they were live from Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky.
Yeah, y'all motherfucking rednecks. Y'all should have liked motherfucking wrestling better.
Shit. Learn how to cheer, motherfuckers. Cheer like your cousin stripping.
Kiki ass.
That was fucked up.
Whoop his ass.
Said cheer like your cousin stripping for you.
Oh my god. I heard that's Alabama, but he's strong.
Anyway. All right,
now,
bro.
all the southern states talk about all the other southern states the same way like that. It's like y'all incest. No, that's Alabama. No, that's Mississippi. No, that's Louisiana. No, that's Kentucky.
I'm gonna read this.
That's Tennessee, boy. Missouri.
I'm gonna read this quote from the Twitter account of Shit Mexicans Do. If you voted for Trump and you trying to celebrate Cinco de Mayo, you better Cinco de Mayo your fucking business and leave Mexican culture alone.
If you voted for Trump and you going to enjoy Taco Tuesday, you better shut the fuck up and go eat a cheeseburger.
He said Cinco de Mayo your fucking business. Oh, that's classic.
Man, I believe that. Look, I believe that. I'm a true believer. If you're a racist, if you are a racist person, if you do not like somebody else because of their race, you can't eat those people's food.
No, I believe that should be a
you
rule.
You can't have nothing to do with that race. If you are racist, that means you can't. If you don't like Mexicans, you can't have tacos. You can't have fucking Coronas. Your motherfucking ass. You can't have hot sauce.
Hot tangent.
You can't have corn on the cob. All right.
No,
you can't have corn on the cob, motherfucker.
Oh shit. All right. Well.
Nah, but yeah, I believe that you can't order Mexican. If you racist, you ordering motherfucking cheeseburgers. That's where the American food is: cheeseburgers and hot dogs. That's what you get.
Hey, I just had hot dogs and French fries for dinner tonight.
Hey man, you's American. American. Fuck yeah.
I actually, what was funny was when I turned on WrestleMania 25, I got up and went and took a shower when Kid Rock was on. I didn't even watch his whole set. I was just like, yeah.
Bro, talk about a dead crowd. Talk about a dead crowd. They were panning to so many fucking people in that crowd. Like 3 out of like 17 were actually enjoying themselves. Seriously, everybody else was like just sitting there. Even when he played his hit song, Summertime or whatever it's called. Yeah. No, the hit song of that time, of that week, of that summer. All summer, it was called All Summer Long.
Yeah.
There was only like 2 people that was singing to it.
Now, don't get me wrong.
In the crowd.
The Kid Rock performance at Tribute for the Troops went over a lot better than that WrestleMania performance did. A lot better.
Yeah. And I seen Kid Rock perform live in Tempe, Arizona, in the middle of the desert. This shit, it was chilling. It was a good ass show. And it was the same summer that happened.
Oh, man. Wow.
But yeah, motherfucking, was it 2008, right?
2009. 09.
2009, yeah. I was on the road, yeah. 2009. Fucking Tempe, Arizona, middle of the summer, motherfucking, yeah. That song was hot on the radio. He played it, man. The crowd was hot there. But, yeah, WrestleMania, it just wasn't there for him.
Nope. Wrong crowd, kid. Wrong crowd. Didn't rock. Anyway.
Sorry, bro. Sorry.
Oh, let's go 14-1. Go ahead with your bad. I will not be talking about.
Hey, y'all scoring
because it's pre-recorded.
Y'all scoring way too many motherfucking runs in a single game when they only scoring 1. Okay, you should have scored like 4 and left them 10 for another game. Okay.
No shit. I wish you could do that. Like, okay, we got enough to win. Can we just store some of these runs up for the next game?
yeah, that's what I tell them. I'll be like, hey guys, y'all go out there, everybody bunting. Yeah, we bunting for the rest of the game. We're gonna save this. We're gonna save it. Save your energy. If we don't need to spend no energy, we ain't spend money. Just like money, we ain't gotta spend no money. We ain't gonna spend no money. That's Oakland, ain't it? Yep, Oakland don't spend no money. They don't spend no money. Trust me, I could throw a rock and hit the motherfucking Coliseum and it'd probably fall apart.
All right.
See it right now. I'm looking at it right now.
Looking at it right now?
Yeah. It's right there. Right down the hill from my house. Yeah, I live on the hill, guys. It's right in between the ghetto and the upper ghetto. Okay? I'm in the mid ghetto, like right in the middle. Right, like.
Yeah, dead center in the middle.
Like not South Central, straight up Central. Now we got all these computer people around me, man. I be scaring them. I be walking out in the yard with a muscle shirt on. They be like, "Oh, get the kids, get in the house."
No, you didn't. All right, I think on that note, we getting tired. It's bedtime. It's time to go.
Shit, I'm hungry as fuck, man. I'm about to eat, and then I'm going to do a show.
I'm about to go watch some in-game while I listen to your show and play some video games. So I hope y'all enjoyed this show.
Go ahead and incriminate yourself.
What? I'm going to play video games on my phone while I go to the theater and watch in-game. What are you talking about? What are you talking incriminate
okay. For sure. Yeah, I see you playing video games on your phone in the theater. I'm slapping this shit out your fucking hands, bro.
But you won't
I'm
be
gonna
there
get
to
up,
see me.
walk straight. I'm just saying, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna walk straight to you and be like, "Hey, bro, you gonna look up at me? I'm gonna slap the shit out that shit." And then when you try to get up, I'm gonna DDT your ass because I know you gotta lean forward to get out your chair. So I'm just gonna grab your ass and continue to lean forward with your ass, just blah blah, and just fucking Dean Ambrose your ass. Music start playing. Huh?
You wanna know why? Because I'm gonna float up like Shawn Michaels. I'm just gonna float up while I'm sitting in my seat.
This motherfucker. Nah, that shit ain't even cool. That shit wasn't even cool, man. I thought it was blasphemy. It was blasphemy, to tell you the truth, man.
What was blasphemy?
Half a second after the you gotta
That's that.
I'm like, nah, bro. I was like, nah, you can't do that. You can't do that at all. You did it, though. You did it. You fucking did it.
Oh, man. All right, y'all. All
right, let's get out of here.
Yeah,
gotta go.
I hope y'all
Bye.
enjoyed this. Check Planet of Cole. We'll see y'all later. Peace.
Take it easy.